Welcome back, scholars. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at decimals. This is an introductory video to decimals at grade 4. So we're just going to look at the place value system, extending it to the decimal part of the number system. So we already were familiar with the place value system from ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and we know it continues to positive infinity. Now, we're going to look at the decimal aspect of it. The decimal point separates the whole numbers from the decimals. So the decimals are really less than 1, right? So it's another way of expressing a fraction. So we can express a half, a quarter, 3/4 as a decimal, and we'll go into that further on, right? So but for now, just know the place value system for decimals. After the decimal point, we have the tenths place. Now notice is THS at the end, different from tens, tenths, hundreds, thousands. So they end with THS on the decimal side, right? So that's very important, and this really tells us this is 6/10, 6/10, 3/100, 1/1000, and we're going to need to remember these when we're writing, when we're changing decimals to fractions, fractions to decimals, and so on. Right, so just remember the place value system. This is a regular place value system for whole numbers. So these are the whole numbers on the left, and the decimals are to the right of the decimal point. So when we're reading the number, we call the whole number as we normally call it, 3,418. When we're reading the decimal part of it as a way of making that distinction, we call each digit. So we would say 3,418.631. We don't say 0.631. When we get to the decimal, we say point, and we call each digit separately. Alright? So we're going to do a little of that now. Just writing decimals in words so that we see how we call it. So let's do some examples of that now. So let's just write these in words, right? Let's just write them in words. So how would we call this? How would we read this decimal? Would we say 0.98? No, so we would say 0.98. 0.98. 4.21. So that's 4 points. So the point tells us where the decimal point is. 4.21. This is 7.06. 7.06. 9.143. So that's 9.143. That's how we call it out. We don't say 9.143. And this is not 6.172. 6.172. 6.172. 0.8. 0.8. 14, so we call the whole number as usual, 14.9. 14.9. What's this now? 0.0007. 0.00307. 5.2. 5.2 and 6.1853. 6.1853. 6.1853. Okay, so that's how we read our decimals, and that's how we would, I'm writing them out in words to show you how you would actually call them. So we call the whole number first, as we normally call it. The decimal parts of it, we call each digit separately. So remember, the first decimal place is the tenths place, so that's 6/10. The second decimal place is the hundredths, 300ths. The third decimal place is the thousandths, right? So in this case, it would be 1,000ths. Now, I'm going to write some decimals and underline the place, and we're going to write what is the actual value of that digit in that place. Okay, so let's do some examples. Alright, so here are some numbers. It's a combination, whole numbers and decimals. A whole number part and a decimal part of it. So I've underlined some digits, and we're just going to focus on that digit and express that digit, the value of that digit based on the place that it's in. So remember, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So we have 4.97, and I've underlined the 9. So what place is the 9 in? It's in the 10th place, right? So we'll express that as 9/10. That's the actual value of that 9. It's in the 10th place, so it's 9/10. The 6 is in the 10th, 100th, 1000th place. So the 6 will be 6,000. 1.114. So this one is in the 10th place. So it is 1/10. 3.174. The 7 there is in the 100th place. It's the second place from the decimal point to the right of the decimal point. So it's 700th. 700th. The 0 here, 20.008, that 0 is in the 100th place. So it's actually 0 1.114. The 4 is 3 places to the right of the decimal point. So that means it's 4,000. 3.475. I've underlined the 4. The 4 is in the 10th place. It's 1 place from the decimal point. So that's 4/10. 11.68. The 8 is 2 places from the decimal point. That's 800th. 2.9. The 9 is 1 place from the decimal point. So that's 9/10. 3.156. What place is the 3 in? So that's 3 ones. This is to the left of the decimal point. That's actually 3 ones or 3. That's the value of the 3. 3 ones. 7.283. So I've underlined the 8. It's 2 places from the decimal point. That means it's the 100th place. So it's 800th with a THS at the end. Right? So the whole numbers are to the left of the decimal point. Ones, tens, hundreds, DS, thousands, DS. And the decimal part of the number is to the right of the decimal point. So we have tenths, THS, hundredths, THS, thousands, THS. And we know by now that these numbers continue in both directions, right? In both directions. So 10,000, 100,000, as well as 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, tens of millions, and so on. All right? So there are other aspects to decimals that we're going to be doing. For example, changing decimals as fractions, fractions to decimal, and then reducing the decimal as usual, right? Reducing them. All right, so I'm going to just, for practice on this, so I'm just going to write just a few of them quickly in words, and we rewrite them as decimals, just quickly. So we have 9.08. 9.08. So we know that 9 is the whole number, point is the decimal point, and then 0.8. So that's 9.08. 15.163. So the 15 is the whole number, point, decimal point, 163. 15.163. 21.163. 21.451. 21.451. 2.006. 2.006. 10.0005. So it's 10.0005. Okay? So that's practice 9.08, 15.163, 21.451, 2.006, 10.0005. Now remember, our number system is in base 10. It's called the decimal system. So say indicates powers of 10, right? So as you go further, you look at powers and what that means, but just basically we're saying we're counting in groups of 10. Each place value system is a different group of 10, right? So it's already, the decimal places are already aligned according to the system because it's a decimal system. All right, so that's it for the introduction to the decimal system. To recap, remember it's a base 10 system. We count in groups of 10, and the decimal point separates the whole numbers from the actual decimal, and the decimal part of it can be expressed as fractions, and we're going to go to we are going to have videos dealing with that, right? When you're calling the decimals, you call the whole numbers as is, but you call as you get to the point, and the decimal part of it, you call it separately, one digit at a time. So if you have been helped by this video, please drop a comment to say thank you, miss. Please share the video so other persons can benefit from the information. And if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Let me know in the comments if there are other topics that you'd like me to do videos on, and I will certainly do that. If you have any queries, anything at all, drop a comment and I'll respond. So my scholars, I'll see you in the next video.